All right, chat. So 300 or 300. All right, chat. 3 million WoW Mafia that Blizzard is scared of. Let's check out this video.
This was nuts. He was getting like real life threats for trying to call out botting in WoW.
I received one this very morning from a Discord in Taiwan, as well as a Discord in Russia. Texts about wanting to kill me, wanting to cut off my fingers and feed my hands to my family and stuff, family members and stuff like this. Very descriptive death threats.
Like a
and
hot
we're not
dog?
talking about getting killed in World of Warcraft. We are talking about getting killed in real life.
He's decided not to do it. But because a lot of people watched the video and were very supportive, he's actually decided to change his mind, and now he's going all in. And so he made an entire video exposing the...
And that's what we said when we first saw the original video. We're like, hey, I hope this guy actually doesn't let them beat him. I hope they don't bully him out of it. I hope he takes the war to them. And it seems like he actually is. So I'm really excited to see this. I'm really excited to see what he does. Like, keep fighting, brother. Yeah, exactly, Chad. Keep fighting, brother. We want you to win. Like, we want this guy to be safe. We want him to continue to kill these bots. Kill them all.
The botting mafia of WoW, $3 million a month.
Yo, what up, boys? So,
I wish I made $3 million a month.
it has been a couple of days since I uploaded my presumably last video. And at the time, I wasn't lying. Because I had the worst 2 days of my life. It sounds like I'm overreacting. And I can understand why you guys would think that, because you don't have access to all of the information.
Yeah.
Well, today, I'm going to bring you that information. And I'm going to tell you something that 99% of the community is not aware of, including Blizzard. We have to start from the beginning.
Okay.
Throughout the
I would believe that. I bet Blizzard has no idea.
period of time where I've created videos, I've received these threats.
I would think Blizzard has an idea, at least a little idea. Like, they see the player data, they see the data that's going on here. Maybe they don't know how much money is being made, but I'm sure they have a little idea.
Either in-game, through YouTube, through Discord, or through my WhatsApp. But none of those threats faced me, because I know, as well as you guys know, that those are just empty threats.
Sure.
Hopefully.
In fact, it wasn't any of the threats that I received. It was the threat that I didn't receive that scared the living shit out of me. All of this was brought to my attention by a guy working within the industry himself. This Swedish guy is running 6 bots on the EU servers.
Okay.
He's running 5 of them on hardcore and 1 on era. This guy reached out to me in-game and said, I want to show you something that will make you really angry. I accepted his call on Discord, and he started streaming his Discord back to me. He was extremely nice, he was very well spoken, and he explained to me that he's making almost $2,000 from running these 6 bots every single month.
6 bots for $2,000 a month? Dude, I'm in the wrong industry. So what is this guy paying for? He probably couple computers. He probably has a couple computers and internet and WoW subs. What is he spending? Like $200 a month, maybe? That's good profit, dude.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, right?
He's paying about $100 for subscriptions and then a little bit more for the electricity. And he's running everything locally on his
I need to
machines.
start botting.
This means he has 2 computers, one which he's gaming on himself, and then one standing next to him with a secondary monitor where he can monitor all of his 6 bots.
If I didn't have a job and I didn't have money, I would be doing this. Guaranteed I'd be doing this 100%.
Guys, I'm actually thinking about doing it right now. What are you talking about? I'm actually thinking right now. We got 8 people in the chat. How about we all like come together and we could all do 3 bots at a time?
He found my videos very hilarious because he said he would never fall for it personally. He will never die to the methods that I'm using because he's actually able to manually take over control of the bots immediately if he sees something fishy goes on his other screen.
Yeah, sure.
Now, this nice Swedish guy, he didn't reach out to me because he wanted to show me his own setup. This guy reached out to me because he wanted to show me the Taiwan botting Mafia setup. He explained to me that these guys are not only botting in World of Warcraft. These guys are botting in Path of Exile, Diablo 3, Diablo 4, Last Epoch, New World, Pokemon Go, some Star Wars game that I haven't heard of, and
Some Star Wars game you've never heard of? Bro, that was a good game.
Fucking based. Obviously, they're gonna do this. If you're living in Taiwan and you're making shit for money, why wouldn't you do this? Duh. It's common sense. Of course.
And a bunch of other games. We want to focus on World of Warcraft because that's our game of choice, and that's really what we have interest in.
It's big money.
He explained to me that this botting mafia is not running 4 bots or 6 bots. They are running 12,000.
That's smart.
12,000 bots. If you can wrap your head around that this Swedish
So that guy said he was running 6 bots. 6 bots was 2,000 profit. What is this? So let's do quick math chat. Well, I guess it's $12 million, huh? 12,000 divided by 6 times 2,000. That's actually $4 million a month, not $3 million. So maybe I get some $1 million of costs. Wow.
Swedish guys making about $2,000 after paying.
I don't see this as being crazy. Like, I this is not astonishing to me at all, because, like, okay, so if you're making $1,000 for every $100 you spend, wouldn't you want to spend the most amount of money so you can multiply it by 10 as many times as possible?
Yeah, probably I would. Yeah.
I mean,
100.
that's just me, right?
100%.
So obviously they're going to do this. And so the way that botters work is that they bot the game until market saturation, and then they end up stopping at a certain point, or they actually, like, it'll fall off, right? Because, like, at a certain point, like, if you're selling, let's say you're making sales of 4 million gold a day, right? And you're selling 4 million gold a day, and that's pretty much the market cap. So if you're farming 5 million gold a day or 7 million gold a day, well, you're only selling 4. So you're effectively wasting this money, and you're cannibalizing your own profits, because now you're effectively competing against yourself.
Quick question. How do you get that $4 million real quick? Did you do that math in his head? I just had to do it on my phone in like 2 seconds. Did you do that in his head?
So the best thing to do is to min-max it into that market saturation point. Like, I know a lot about this for a number of different reasons. But yeah, of course it makes sense. Jesus isn't he afraid of jail? Why would that? What is it? You think they're gonna go to Taiwan and put some guy in jail for botting in Path of Exile? What are you thinking? Of course not. But it's like bragging about being a drug dealer? Well, no, because these people are, like, if you're a drug dealer and you're in Mexico, maybe, well, yeah, sure, like, or like, I don't know if Mexico, I don't know what their laws are, but, like, if you're in a South American country, maybe, where there's, like, not a lot of laws, then yeah, sure, why not? Because you're not going to get in trouble. Will PoE 2 end up like this? Of course. Yeah, every game does.
Subscription and electricity bill, you can only imagine how much money.
PoE is already having issues with bots. If you've been looking at the current trading system, a lot of people are saying that there's a lot of expensive pricing and stuff, because people are selling Exalted online for so cheap, like these bots. So like the vines are going for like 80 Exalted on PoE right now, and I guess PoE 1 players are saying this is outrageous, but it's because of the popularity of the game and the amount of bots that are going on.
These guys are printing, and that's in World of Warcraft alone. You have to understand they're running this in 10 other games as well.
Right, of course.
He also explained to me that these guys are not only running their bots locally. That means they are using warehouses, but they also utilize the cloud. If they are botting in Europe or if they are botting in America, they're using the cloud in that specific data center, so the bot is actually running within Europe region. That means...
Duh.
VPN, baby, VPN.
Of course.
That they don't get fucked over by the ping. This also explains why most of the hunters that we saw, at least in the beginning of my crusade, they all had Chinese names. So the bot actually looks like it's from Europe. If Blizzard were to check the IP address and where it's connected from, it's most likely in a data center somewhere located in Europe.
Yeah, they're using like some sort of like VPN or remote desktop. I mean, this is very low level stuff. I mean, people could have, like, you could figure this out when you're 15 years old, really. I mean, none of this is any sort of like high-tech hackerman content, right? I mean, this isn't crazy at all. Botting or cheating in video games is not a criminal offense in 90% of the countries around the world. Yeah, I would say
no,
probably
it's TOS.
more than that.
It's not a crime, it's TOS.
Bots. Well, we can talk about that at the end.
But the bot is being operated all the way from Taiwan. Now, this is not rocket science.
Of course.
You can probably figure this out. If you thought about it long enough, you would probably come to the same conclusion.
Yeah, high schoolers can figure this out.
I bet high schoolers have bought it.
Like me.
Yeah, like, yeah.
All of my friends were botting in WoW all of the time. I had a friend of mine, I'm just going to say it. I had a friend of mine, his name was Tyler. And he had a
him under the
character,
bus.
and it was a warrior, and his name was Neymar. He's a big fan of football. He was in Hellfire Ramparts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop. And it was so bad that I finally decided to message Tyler. I'm like, bro, is this a bug? Like, he's like, no. No, it's not a bug. It's working just fine. Everything's totally fine. Nothing ever happened to him. Never. Working as intended, yes. And you could make so much money doing this. It's insane how much money you can make doing this.
However, what I'm going to tell you now blew my fucking mind, and I have goosebumps.
Dude, I wish, like, low key, I wish I was a smarter person. I wish instead of trying to get in the medical field as a kid, I would have got into the tech field, to be honest. Like, everybody told me to. Everybody said learn computers, but I was stupid. If I knew how to bot, dude, I'd be botting left and right.
Goosebumps just talking about this. This botting mafia is splitting their bots up to one pack of 1,000 bots. This basically means they have 12 times 1,000 bots.
Yeah.
They have a private developed botting software, and they are making 12 different versions of this software. That means they are not identical. They mutate it and modify it in such a way that it looks like 12 different versions.
Of course. Obviously, they would do this. Because this means that they can't reverse engineer the coding and then apply it to the other botnets.
I'm actually shocked it's only 12, to be honest. I would honestly would think they would have 100 different versions of it just to avoid the Blizzard, like, TOS stuff, to avoid the auto checking, to not look like a bot. I'm surprised it's only 12.
Duh. Of course. Like, sure. Like, wouldn't you do this? Yeah, you can't mass ban. Well, you can, but it's like it's only this effective. It's segmenting risk. Yeah, exactly.
Whenever Blizzard's Warden system detects a botting software, it's removing them within a ban wave.
Mm-hmm.
This means every 4 to 6 months, maybe 1,000, which is only one out of the 12 packs that the botting mafia is running, is getting banned.
And also, this allows them to A/B test what the differences are, because they know what the differences are between the coding software. So if they have 12 versions and one version gets caught, they can isolate the variables that caused that version to get caught.
So what's the solution? More ban waves? Because if you had because if you play World of Warcraft, you know every time they did a ban wave, you would see people gone, right? You would see random people off the server. Sometimes they look dead. We all knew what ban waves happened, but like you said, it was every 6 months. So if we had ban waves once a month, I'm pretty sure that would help this problem, no? Why don't we have more ban waves?
Then change it.
And ban the people buying the gold. They need to punish the people actually participating on the other side. You can't ban just the bots anymore. You really need to start banning the actual participants of the purchase. If you get caught buying drugs in America, right? The drug dealer goes to jail, and the person buying the drugs go to jail. Why? To incentivize the people not buying the drugs not to follow suit and buy drugs. If only the seller gets caught and goes to jail, and the buyer gets no problem, you're gonna have what? More buyers. It's just gonna happen.
Explains why we as the community, when we see
if they do that enough times, they can also conversely reverse engineer the entire process that Blizzard has at finding the bots themselves. Because, for example, if they found that, like, I'm just putting out a theoretical here, but like if they found that every single botting thing that, like, you know, in the last 2 years that they've caught us on has been click to move. Okay, well then maybe it's the way that Blizzard tracks clicking.
Ban wave. Blizzard comes out and they say, oh, we banned 33,000 bots. They're like clapping in their hands, and we're like, oh, great, now I could go farm again. And then you go to the location that you want to farm, and the same 6 bots that you've seen there 8 times, they're still there. Yep. They're still there. And you're like, wait, didn't they just say that they had a ban wave? Why are these guys still here? That's the explanation.
Blizzard actually tried hard. No, Blizzard, the reason why Blizzard has this happen is because they don't care. They don't have anybody actively looking at this stuff, and the way that they handle this is always retroactive. Or sorry, it's retroactively. They never handle it proactively. They don't care.
These guys, when the warden detects a botting software, it only removes that particular botting software. But the 11,000 other bots, they are still running.
Of course. And
here's another crazy part. The botting mafia knows this, that every 4 to 6 months, a ban wave rolls out. This basically means that they have already prepared 1,000 new accounts and also a brand new version, a new mutation of the previous software. And those...
Of course they would do this. Yeah, duh. Sure.
Same bots that just got banned, the new ones are up and running that very same day, if not the day after. This is fucking insane to me. This basically means that out of their entire operation, every time there's a ban wave, they are only getting hit by 10% of their WoW bots. 10%. Now remember what I told you earlier. These guys are not just running bots in World of Warcraft, but in 10 other games.
Yeah, of course.
That means whenever Blizzard rolls out a...
So this is not affecting their bottom line really at all. This has really no effect. They have such a vast number of them, and if it's like he's saying there's 12 versions, only one gets taken out, they just go and spend another couple weeks retweaking that version and put it back out there.
A ban wave? Actually only...
Because that's what they have to do. They can't just run more and more bots in World of Warcraft because eventually they'll hit market saturation. So you have to go into new markets.
1 to 2% of their entire botting operation is being affected by that ban wave. And the very next day, it's back up and running. This is fucking incredible. And it basically...
And what happens is that because they're able to make them... This is the reason why botting exists. It's actually extremely simple. It's because you can make more money than it will cost to make the account. That's the reason. So if you think about it, there's an equilibrium point where the amount of money that you've invested into the account is the same amount of money that you can get from selling the account or selling the actions of the account. So if you can ban them before that equilibrium point, you stop botting. If you can't, you have botting. It's that simple.
That Blizzard are doing something. I am not the one.
You know who's pissed off about this video right now? You have Blizzard also mad about this video because they're getting exposed. So Blizzard's falling apart, right? We have Marvel Rivals, PoE, who are pretty much in my opinion, the last 1-2 punch to Blizzard. Blizzard has been allowing themselves to fall apart and crumble. Shit like this, not caring about their game, not putting effort into their game. They care more about like diversity and all that shit than actually keeping their game alive. And when they really should be putting more effort into the actual community and keeping that alive versus trying to look good on social media. So you have PoE and Marvel Rivals coming in. I think it's this video here and those two. I think Blizzard's done, dude. I really think Blizzard's coming to an end.
Want to say that they're not doing enough. But what we are observing, whenever we see a ban wave and we see the same bots running around right after the ban wave, and we're like, what the fuck?
And it's really a shame because World of Warcraft has a near and dear place in my heart, and I know a lot of people's heart. Like, we grew up playing this game, dude. This used to be one of the most popular games in the world. We know people who've made lifelong friends to this game. I know somebody who I met in the game who died, and it hurt my heart more than... Like, just like I would have a friend I knew in real life who died. So like, it is just sad to see that this game is going the way it is. It truly is sad.
Why are these guys still here?
They don't care.
I thought they banned them. That's the explanation. Blizzard are banning someone, but they are only hitting one part of the software.
They're putting in the minimum effort required and they're getting the minimum result. They're not paying GMs to actively look into this proactively. All they're doing is they're using some sort of tech program to collect 1,000 bots and then ban them and say, oh, wow, we did this.
Make look like they're doing something.
Mutations of that software is still up and running.
What a joke.
Now let's get to you guys' favorite part. I'm terrible with math, so it's not my favorite part, so I will probably get something wrong, but we need to break down the numbers. If if 6 bots is able to make 2,000...
Yeah, and so the only way to stop this...
We already did this math. It took me like 2 seconds, bro. You saw in the beginning of the video, 2 seconds to do this math.
From happening realistically is to do what South Korea does with Real ID. And that's what a lot of countries do. And that would make it stop. But is it worth giving up your identity and your anonymity on the internet so you don't have WoW bots? Well, for a lot of people, they don't think so. I'll be right back. Yeah, this is the big money situation. Is when you get a lot of the bots running, and then you can have... It's kind of like...
Would you guys do that? Would you guys give... Well, what he was saying, would you guys do that? I don't know if I would. If WoW had a, like I said, you have to upload your actual government ID to your account. Nobody will see the information, but you have to upload your ID. Would you do it? And your ID is linked to your account. Would you do it, chat? YouTube, if you guys are here watching, if you made it this far, would you do it? Let me know in the comments below. That'd be interesting.
Botting and like making these botnets is like, it's like your own MMO. Like you're playing the game of not playing the game.
Dollars. That's the information that we got from the Swedish guy. Then one bot is able to make a little more than 300.
Yeah.
If you've watched my videos, you know that I like to downplay things. I want to make sure that we are on the right side of things.
Sure.
So let's say that we remove 20 to 30% and one bot is actually only making 250.
Sure.
That way we know the bare minimum of what they're able to produce. Then we take that number, we times it with 12,000. That's $3 million. $3 million. And that's only from the World of Warcraft bots alone.
I need to start
Remember,
botting.
they're botting in many other games as well. Now, of course, there's some operation costs here.
Yeah, I
There's
gotta start
maintenance of
doing
machinery.
This is nuts, dude. I used to be jealous of OnlyFans models. Like Asmon said, I need to start botting, dude. I need to learn how to do this.
There's subscriptions to World of Warcraft. There's
They should
subscription.
make it illegal to sell bots and hacks. What do you mean they should make it illegal?
It's a video game.
Silly. Oh yeah, let's make it illegal. Okay. Well then they're just gonna do it somewhere where it's not illegal.
To the cloud service that they are running when they are running bots in the cloud, either in Europe or in North America. So let's just remove 1 million, just to be on the good side of things here. That is still a $2 million profit from running bots in World of Warcraft alone.
That's a lot of money.
Wrap your head around that for a second.
$2 million a month.
Now you have a rough idea of
good.
how much money these guys are making. And that's why I got fucking scared. Because if they are making $2 million just running World of Warcraft bots, ordering a hitman to fuck me up would be equivalent for them to purchase a sneakers. That's how much money they're making. And the first thing that I thought about...
Snickers, not sneakers.
Whenever I was thinking about a botting mafia and
I would be surprised if they would do that and entangle themselves in something that could cause them risk. Because at the end of the day, like, this guy is like a mosquito. Like, if he gets 30 of their bots banned a day, the amount of money that that's costing them is like nothing. And also, like, if somebody has something bad happen to them in real life, what a lot of these people are scared of more than anything is the actual authorities and law enforcement.
Yeah, but I have to disagree a little bit with what he's saying is true, but also we have to point out that he has made such a big difference. He's not just a mosquito. He's made a difference to the point where they have been addressing it. They know who he is. They're aware of what he's doing. And one of the things that they're actually very upset about is not just him alone. He has started a wave. People have been following what he does. People have, if you go read his comments on his comment section, people say that they do the same thing. I killed 3 bots today. I did this. It's not just him anymore. He's creating a little army. So that's what the problem is for them. That's why they might want to, you know, because he's he's actually starting like a little revolution against them. He's starting a little. He's actually making problems for them. So I would say he's more than just a little mosquito.
But they know law enforcement is not going to dedicate time to going after them for cheating in a video game. But if
They
somebody
will for
gets
murder.
hurt or something like that, then you can have actual extradition. You can have investigations. That's when the FBI gets involved. Like they do not want to do that. Like that is their like. I don't think that they would ever do that. It's crossing the line. Well, it's putting like at the end of the day, many of the people that do this are probably doing it because they want to make money. They don't like they probably agree with him that it's bad. Like the botters are probably people that have played the game. They probably love the game in a lot of cases, but they're like, well, yeah, this is just my job. So like all they want to do is make money.
To something else, I was thinking about a drug cartel.
Yeah.
So this is a crazy thought, but just bear with me for a second. If you're producing coke all the way up in Eastern Plaguelands,
but if you think about it, again, I think this is a good parallel. It's been very stated many times. Drug cartels do not want to fuck with American tourists. They don't want to have anything to do with that. They don't want to deal with the American gangs like the fucking CIA and the FBI. Fuck no, they don't. Yeah, so they're going to do their best.
Again, yes and no. I recently went to, a couple of years ago, I went to Cancun, and the drug cartels came up to a local hotel. Granted, they were chasing somebody that they knew was there, a local, but they went to the beach at the Hyatt. It was the Hyatt Hotel, and they unloaded. Like, my hotel was maybe like 5 down, so we heard about it. But they just drove by on Sea-Doos and just started drive-by on the beach outside the Hyatt Hotel. A lot of Americans were injured.
To avoid that, because even if they come out ahead, the cost of that is so high. It's a huge risk.
And you want to sling that shit all the way down in Tenaris. Let's say it costs $10 for a gram up here and $80 down here. The reason it costs $80 down here is because you have to transfer it all the way through Western Plaguelands, into Hinterlands, Arathi, Wetlands, go to Loch Madan.
It's funny that we're getting a drug lesson on a WoW map.
Go to Dunmarok, Searing Gorge, Burning Steps, get to Stormwind, and then you maybe sail it from Stormwind all the way to Steamweedle Port. Crossing all of these borders, there's a lot of risk involved. The police wants to fuck you up. You're also dealing with very dangerous people doing these logistic and distribution things that there's money involved. All of the middlemen alongside this road, they want to get some money. The guy who's fucking selling it from Stormwind to Steamwood Port, he wants something as well. Yeah. That's why it sells for $80 down here. You have a very big chance of getting into jail for 10 years. You have a chance of dying doing this. Like there's a lot of risk involved. Why would you ever risk running a drug cartel when you can just run 12,000 bots in a video game and no one will ever give you shit? The police can never get involved in this. Blizzard is the police. Blizzard is doing a good work. I can see
the police could get involved in this. Is
it from
the police could get involved with this, but it would take something that is like astronomically huge. And also, the last time that Blizzard got involved with it, it was in Germany. And like there's like not as much of a cultural difference between like Germany and the US versus like probably Taiwan. And so yeah, with Honor Buddy, right? I think that's also another big issue. Is like trying to do something to a person in Russia is not the same as trying to do something to a person in the UK.
The only way the police could get involved, in my opinion, would be if this guy was actually murdered and there was an investigation, or if Blizzard was to open a lawsuit against the actual people botting for loss of revenue. That's the only way I can see the cops getting really involved. It's a TOS. Well, you are stealing their. Well, it's kind of tricky. It's a TOS thing. It's not like the law, but you are stealing their digital infringement. I think so. You could get something into that realm, but it has to be an act started by Blizzard. Blizzard would have to open lawsuits. Blizzard would have to want to go after them. So I don't think the cops could get really involved until that happens. / like legal things are occurring, or there's like this guy does get murdered by the bot people.
Emails that I'm receiving, they are banning people, but they are not on top of it. It's not like they're as I had
They're
the
not
understanding in the
proactive.
beginning of World of Warcraft when I started playing it back when I was a kid, people were getting banned for almost nothing. You could say a slur to somebody and you would get a communication ban. So
Hear that.
Oh yeah, no, there was a person in my old server, this wasn't on KT, whose name was the N-word. Like not N-word, but the actual one. And he had that name for like 8 months. It was like a different eye, right? It was like the slanted eye.
they were on top of things.
Ninja?
But
Yeah.
it has gotten loose now. I suppose the botting operation is just
Ninja.
getting better.
That's actually pretty crazy.
But think about it for a
I've had
second.
a name
Why
report
would you
before.
do all that risk of logistics of
Yeah.
selling drugs and transferring drugs if the same people, the same type of person can start a botting operation instead?
Well, they make more money with drugs. That's the reason why. Yeah, they make way more money with drugs.
I believe that's why they call it the Mafia, because it's the same type of person. They just changed what they're selling, and they change how they acquire it. That's why I got scared. Whenever I saw
I think the drug cartel and the botting cartel are probably very different. I'm pretty sure if you saw somebody in the drug cartel walking down the street, you might poop your pants. But if you saw somebody in the botting cartel, you would probably be like, "Wow, that guy looks like a nerd." Just my take, maybe my thought process.
my information being leaked in there, it was not a death threat that I received, as I said. It was the one that I didn't receive. And these guys are printing money.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I got scared.
Of course they are.
I can understand it from the botter's perspective.
Uh-oh.
I understand it from Blizzard's perspective.
Wait, why does he pan to me and say understand it from the botter's perspective? I never botted. I never did this. All my friends did. I never did this.
He did, bro. He must have.
And I understand it, of course, from my own perspective.
What the hell?
I don't want to be a part of it because I don't want to die. The botters don't want to stop because they're
Yeah.
printing money. And Blizzard don't want to stop it. Of course they want to stop it, but they don't want to stop it that much because they are also
That's
getting money.
hilarious.
And also, we do not understand the difficulty of removing bots. We see it from a player's perspective. I use 16 hours per day in this game. That's why I see the bots. But if the guys that are responsible of removing the bots are not the ones that are actually playing the game, they don't see how large a problem this really is because they don't experience it in the game.
This goes back to every issue we've been saying lately about like Blizzard and just these game developers. None of them seem to be fans of the IP, and none of them seem to actually play the games that they're making. A lot of them like that, like we had the drama with that Intergalactic, right? Like no, I think 90% of the player base never asked for a game like that, right? That character, the everything that's going on with that, all the backlash that's going on. I think 90% of people don't want that. But there's like a small minority of the developers that want to push that stuff, and they don't even play the games. They don't have appreciation for the IP. They don't have appreciation for the fans, and they don't even play the games. And I feel like this is entirely connected to that as well. If you had a developer that actually loved World of Warcraft playing, like this guy right here, if he was actually on the dev team, there would probably be a lot different outcomes because he loves the game.
I believe it's important that the people that should remove the bots are also the people that actually plays the game.
It's good. You have like deputies where like everybody can report together. You like make a citizen's arrest. It's like somebody is like botting, and then like 5 people get around them and all report them, and they'll have like a fucking lasso, and you can like drag them to the I don't know, to like some area, and like then have them investigated by Blizzard. I like that. Sounds good. Yeah, like deputies. Yeah, it's good.
All right, boys, we're going out bot
Asmongold
hunting
has a
tonight.
great point. I want to show this because
Oh,
he actually
Of course I
put
do.
some light onto this.
Threaten to kill someone just because your business isn't working anymore? Well, of course you do. Yeah. So like if you have somebody that's hurting your business and you can kill them and then have the business work, well then why wouldn't you want to kill them? Right. Of course. Yeah, duh. That's why they do it. That's why they're threatening him. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, fucking obviously. Yeah, I think that they're willing to threaten. Very unlikely that they'd be willing to do anything for the reasons that I said. But yeah, of course they would threaten to do that.
I think they're more likely to pay somebody if anything. I don't think I think they'd hire a hitman. And like if things keep going downhill for them, if they start actually losing money, I can see maybe hiring a hitman eventually. But that's gonna be like the last straw. Like that's like, all right, guys, we either go bankrupt or we kill this guy. And I think we're way far away from that.
So exactly as you point here, remember this is taken out of context. Asmongold is on our side. So don't take this out of context. I understand why I'm getting threats. I really do. And I understand I said this in one of my very early videos. If I would receive a ban from Blizzard, I would understand it as well. Because in terms of conduct, they say that you cannot grief other players on hardcore. I don't qualify bots as being real players, because to me, World of Warcraft is all about killing NPCs. A bot is an NPC. I'm just killing an NPC within a game, to my defense. But
can you imagine if he actually got banned and Blizzard banned him and not the bots?
But I understand if you dig into the terms of use or code of conduct of World of Warcraft, I'm griefing. So I understand why Blizzard would ban me. I understand why the botters are interested in killing me, because I see the amount of money that they make, and I'm interfering with this. And of course, I can understand it from my own perspective.
You can never interfere with it in a way that's tangible to Blizzard or to the botters. If they have 12,000 bots running and you kill 6 of their bots a day, they are not going to risk an international investigation to get rid of you unless they are very stupid. You just think about it from their...
But like I said, it's more than 6. This guy's inspiring millions of people, or hundreds and maybe thousands of people to do the same. If they get all one bot a day, all his followers, his acolytes, that's thousands a day, dude.
Perspective. Why would they do that? Now, at a certain point, maybe somebody could be that problematic, but it seems extremely unlikely. The only person and the only entity that can solve this problem is Blizzard itself. No other entity can solve this problem at all. Like, I guess maybe the government could if they required real ID. But other than that, no. That's it.
I would withdraw myself from this situation because I don't want to fucking die. And these guys that are getting death threats, they have security. I don't have... I can't afford security. They have, like... If you take an A-list celebrity, like one of these musicians or a movie star... They have like a 4-meter fence around their compound.
You kill anybody.
What?
Security doesn't matter. You can find a way to kill anybody you want.
Snipe them, baby, snipe
them. President or a head of state, it's easy to kill somebody. People always let their guard down. Yeah, it's common sense.
Do I look like a guy who has fence money?
Look at Luigi.
I can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
But what actually got me to upload another video was this thing coming up right here.
Okay.
In 2019 and 2020, Classic WoW release, I made a lot of gold making content, gold farming content, investment content, and bot hunting content. I hunted down the bots like pretty much on a weekly basis and made content of it. I received threats as well. I received a couple of threats in real life, in A4 paper, pen and paper threats, in my mailbox outside.
That's cute.
One of them was slipped under my door.
Uh-huh.
I'm still here. Nothing has happened. I took it to the authorities. Nothing has happened. After that, probably somebody just like sent a mail. I can send a mail right now from here to like Belgium.
And he talks about, continue on talking about this situation of him receiving threats. And it has gotten even closer to this guy because they were at his store. They were slipping a paper underneath his...
He's overblowing the death threat concern in a major way.
Dude, can you imagine if that happened to you, though? Like, anybody who had that happen to them, they'd be freaked out. Like, if I was playing right now and somebody knocked on my door and I went over there and there's a note saying, stop doing asmongold react videos or we're gonna kill you. I'd first be like, I gotta check the ring camera. Who the hell put this on my door? Then I'd call the cops and tell them, hey, this guy put this on my door. But I'd be a little freaked out. A little bit. I'd be like, huh, how do they know where I live? I'd be a little worried, you know?
Way, in my opinion. I don't think that, I think it's very easy to say that when you're not in that position. And it's easy for me to rationalize and explain why it's statistically unlikely or logically inconsistent to do it. But when a person has that happen to them, they're not operating under the same logical facilities that they would be in a normal situation. And also, you don't necessarily know that's true. Like, me saying that's true and saying the odds are that this is the case, if I'm wrong...
People have been killed for like $20 though. You gotta keep that in mind. Sometimes some people have been robbed for their purse, their wallet, and their wallet has 50 bucks in it, dude. People, when they're desperate, when money's involved, dude, there's a reason why God in the Bible, you know, if you're into that, the Bible says money is the root of all evil, right? Money does things to people. A homeless person has been killed. A homeless person has killed somebody for 20 bucks before. You best believe it. So, as I agree with Asmon, I don't think this guy's going to be killed. As the other YouTuber who just said his death threats weren't, you know, real. They're just trying to scare him. You have to have that 5% of reality that it could happen, and that's enough to be worried. 5% is worried. 1% is enough to be worried.
Doesn't really affect me at all. So, like, it's easy for me to talk about the statistical probability because I don't have any skin in the game. It's not really a risk for me, but for them it is. So, you see kind of what my point is there? It's like, yeah, obviously you can say that to somebody, but they're not going to believe it because it's happening to them.
Or he received death threats in his mail, meaning that his information, he has also been doxxed. His information is out there as well. I realized apparently it's not difficult to just gain anyone's information nowadays. The crazy thing is that these botters, they had my old email. Yeah. When I went to elementary school, the mail that I was using back then to create my Skype, my MSN, and my WoW account, as well as some other things, they had that email. I had forgot that email even existed. I couldn't... This was mind-boggling to me. When I saw that email...
They have my MySpace. They have my MySpace email.
I was like, holy shit, I used to have that email.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they getting this information? But apparently that's not difficult. That's a whole other topic to talk about security. Like, I don't want to get into this stuff. That's for someone else to talk about, not me. This last thing that asmongold said is also extremely important. And that was the tip of the iceberg for me that said, I have to come back to this. I have to make more videos about this. I cannot put my tail between my legs and run away whenever this shit happens.
It's going to be really bad if this guy gets killed and people go back to this video and they say, wow, you were the one that convinced him to go back like that. I've got to say that I'm going to look pretty bad if that happens.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's a good point. It's hilarious. That's hilarious. Asmongold killed him, dude. That's actually pretty funny.
Oops. Oh, jeez, guys. My bad. Well, you know, sometimes it happens.
Oh, my bad.
Because it happens to
I
basically
do that?
everyone. Watch this.
It's really sad. Yeah, obviously it makes sense why people would be doing this. I get death threats every day. People, and it's a very good way of getting people to not talk about things or not do things, is that, well, we're going to threaten to kill you if you do it, and a lot of people just don't care about it that much, and so they say, all right, I just don't want to deal with this, right? I got people doing that with me, with the like, anytime I have an opinion about anything, somebody wants to kill me over it. I mean, that's just, you know, welcome to the internet.
asmongold gets death threats all the time.
Asmon
I
agreeing with
probably
himself?
believe that he gets
well, I was
daily.
right.
And he still lives in the same house. Oh. He does the same thing. He eats the same thing. He wears the same clothes, and nothing has ever happened to this guy.
He wears the same clothes. That's kind of a shots fired, huh?
Yeah, maybe somebody shoots me tomorrow, though. You never know. That's just what can happen. Yeah, I mean, you never know. Shit.
He never leaves his house, though, so he's good.
He does have security money, but I don't believe that he's spending those money on security. So if he's not scared, And if the other YouTuber's not scared, then I shouldn't be either. It's not just YouTubers and guys.
God, if I get this guy killed, oh, I'm gonna. There's gonna be so many hate threads about me. This is gonna be so bad for me if I end up getting somebody else killed. I'm gonna get so many hate threads. Oh no.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
dude.
no.
On Twitch who was getting death threats. You remember this guy that I was talking about in the beginning? The Swedish botter. Now, he said this to me during our conversation. The only reason I lurk in this Discord is to make sure I stay off their radar. Because trust me, they want me more than they want you.
Oh.
And this was the guy who showed me that they have my sensitive information.
Yeah.
This guy's afraid as well. This means that both sides of the coins are getting death threats. Now, I want to round this video off because it's already far too long. And I want to round it off on this note. Don't go to your favorite streamer.
You know, it's actually pretty crazy that this video even exists. Like, this whole topic. It's crazy that these people are just playing a video game, trying to make money off it, and causing so much hostility for so many people in their lives. If you think about it, like, if you actually think, oh wow, this is a video game and people's lives are on the line, that's kind of crazy, dude.
In OnlyFans and say react to this and react to that. You have to remember
Too
that
late.
some of the people from OnlyFans, they knew a fresh hardcore server would come out before it came out. And
That's
also
true.
Grubby and a few other streamers has said that they were paid by Blizzard to play for the first few days of the hardcore server.
Must be nice.
You could imagine that they are contractually bound to not talk about this stuff because what I'm
That's
telling
not true based off of the contracts that I've signed with Blizzard. That's actually just that specific circumstance is not accurate, but sure.
Dude, I love that
you
Blizzard
is very
contract.
negative stuff.
I won't talk about it, Blizzard. I won't talk into my small little channel. If you want to hook it up, bro, I'll play for some money.
And it's not going to create good PR. These guys from OnlyFans, they are playing the game for fun. They do not want to talk about negative stuff. Respect it, okay? I respect it. And
Yeah,
I
you want to have an asshole talk about it?
I've asked them
Come
to
over
it.
here. Yep.
understand it. And most of these guys are probably contractually bound to not talk about it. So don't go after the OnlyFans streamers and say, why do they ignore this problem? They ignore it, half of them, because they are.
And real talk, they bought gold before. I think who got caught last time when they did the OnlyFans guild on the last hardcore server? A few of them got kicked from the guild because they're buying guild. Didn't Soda Pop and buy guild as well? Gold. Didn't they buy gold? I think Soda bought gold. I think XQC bought gold. I think I don't know if Mizkif did, but I think Mizkif bought gold. I'm not 100% sure, so don't rush me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, chat, let me know. But I'm pretty sure Soda Poppin got hate one time for buying gold, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of hard to talk shit about these things and buy gold at the same time.
They are only playing the game for positive vibes.
They're not Blizzard. This is why I stopped making videos complaining about botting. If Blizzard doesn't care,
Why
why should I? Why am I sitting around here trying to act like I'm the sheriff of a fucking video game that they don't even give a fuck about themselves? It's such a stupid thing to do. Like, yes, obviously, Thor's been pretty open about it. Yeah, well, I mean, sure. OnlyFans, it's a streamer-only clan, and WoW. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying here, right? Is that, like, positive vibes? It's not even positive vibes. It's just, like, if you beat your head against the wall for a really long time and you're not getting through to the other side, maybe you think to yourself, I shouldn't stop fucking I should stop hitting my goddamn head. That's the reason why. Yeah, it's nuts.
And like they said, like Soda Pop and all them, even though if they have bought gold, you know, I'm sure like they didn't think it was a malicious thing. I'm sure nobody thought like this guy's life was in danger. I'm sure a lot of them just playing the game. And to buy gold, like I understand why anybody would buy gold, because You don't want to spend 5 hours farming a currency in a video game when you could just spend $20 of your hard-earned money to get that time back. It's like you're trying to save time, you know? So like a lot of these streamers, like they said, maybe they're contracted not to talk about it. Maybe they just don't want the smoke. They don't want that drama. And some of them have actually participated in this. A lot of the WoW communities participated in this bot gold stuff. So it's a tricky situation, dude. And I really think that a lot of these people just don't want the drama, to be honest. Like it's and like as was saying, who cares if Blizzard doesn't care about it? Then why should you really care about it, right? It's just a video game at the end of the day.
It's the internet. Yeah, Marshall Asman, get a rope. Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything. Like if I
Marshall
had
Asman.
if I had the ability to stop it, I would do it. But I recognize that I don't.
And the other half is probably contractually bound to not talk about it because they were paid by Blizzard to play for the first couple of weeks here or the first couple of days.
It's got nothing to do with Blizzard telling them what to do. Like, this is, dude, bro, I wish you would stop watching anything related to World of Warcraft because it's something of the past and I'm young, so I never understood its hype and never played it. So every time I see you reacting or doing anything related to it, honestly, it annoys me, but you're your own man, so it's whatever, I guess.
You know what that reminds me of? In our stream the other day when I was talking about WoW, and Mental said, dude, I was too young to play I'm too young to be a World of Warcraft player. And that really just hurt my heart. Like, he said, I'm too young to play that game. Meaning it's an old man's game. And this comment right here, too, hurts my heart. Even if you're watching this right now and you're, like, 16 years old, dude, World of Warcraft is a great game. It's one of the best games that's ever been out there. I just can't. I just don't understand.
Ultimate Grinder 15. Man. You're in the good days right now, man. You might not know it, but you're in the good days.
And they pass. They pass so fast, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, what a lucky guy. And so, anyway, the reason why OnlyFans streamers don't want to talk about it is because they don't care about botting in WoW. They're not a crusader against this. Like, a big problem that people on the internet have is that they spend so much time fixated on an issue online, and then it causes them to believe that everybody else needs to care about this issue as much as they do. And then what they end up doing is they end up alienating more people away because nobody wants to be told what to do or what to talk about. It's fucking annoying.
Fresh hardcore server.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last word is this. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, we got the music. There
I
it is.
shouldn't have, in the beginning, put my tail between my legs and run away whenever things get sour.
We're back, baby. That's what he's saying. We're back killing those bots. We're gonna murder every one of them. We're gonna take them out. And if you're a bot, beware, because he's back, baby.
The show goes on, baby, and we're gonna fuck these guys up.
You want to know what the most ironic thing about this is? I bet the guys in Taiwan probably watch these videos and they're like,
That's my bot.
so maybe we should try to do it a little bit different there. They probably watch and study these videos. They're like, thank you. Okay, yes, people can't. Yeah, I could see maybe this would be, oh, so this pathing could lead us to a risk right here.
That's actually probably pretty true. Actually, you know, that is base as fuck and so true. And that's actually kind of terrible if you think about. He's doing their work for them. Oh my god. Asmongold just blew my mind. Oh my god, these videos are doing. What if this guy is the bot king all along?
So they're probably listening to it. They don't know what the hell this guy's.
What if he's been contracted by the boss to help them learn? Oh my god. Oh my god. My mind. What if this dude is making light of the situation? Oh my god. What if this is all a ploy? To make it look like it is a problem that Blizzard is going to be responding to, that people are taking their actions in their own hands, so people think that the problem is going away, but really in reality, he was paid by the bots the whole time to teach them how to be better.
Is saying, yeah, this is, yeah, it's like basically, it's like an audit. He's auditing them.
Poor bot.
Oh god. These are future patch notes? Yeah. It is really funny to see this happen. Man. The bots will not be safe on Fresh Hardcore. God, that's so fucking funny to me, man. That is hilarious for me to see this shit.
Yo, what up, boys?
Of course people are gonna do botting. Of course they're gonna do it. It's a big money situation.
Yeah, I wish I was botting right now.
You're gonna be making, like, you can make so much money botting. It is insane. And $3 million, I bet they're probably clearing, like, we're talking about like profit here. I bet they're probably making about like 6. Like, probably the market for this, like the market cap for botting in online games is probably between $6 and $10 million a month, I would assume. And as with pretty much any sort of like market like this, I would say the, you know, semi-majority, 60-70% of it is held by one group of people. And so, like, then whenever you subtract costs out of it and everything, like, they're probably coming out with like $2 or $3 million a month. It's a lot. And what's this here? I'll look at it. Botting was the only one fun way to play WoW. How do you even convert it into real money?
That's actually pretty crazy. These guys making $100 million a year botting. 100 to $120 million a year. Between 10 games, probably making like 800 million. All the bots they have in every game. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, do you know Rev is being censored by YouTube? No, I didn't know that. Why are you so fearless? Well, I mean, I don't know why the botters would get mad at me. I mean, I understand why they're doing it. I'd be, fuck, man, I'd be on their side. If I didn't have my stream, I'd be doing the same thing. Like, I don't see these, they're not bad people. They're just trying to make money. Like, I mean, that's the reason. It's that simple. Yeah, what the fuck? I totally understand them. Like, it's easy to understand. As we want to assassinate anyone who comes near him or enters his house gets infected by the plague and dies. Okay, well, there we go. How do they make so much money? Well, they make a lot of money because they run the bots and then they sell the gold. And they probably don't even sell the gold. They probably sell the gold to a third party or like a middleman that then sells the gold for them. Because like their goal like is basically operating at scale and hitting market caps and market saturations for each game and maintaining them and like figuring out how to optimize that further. So like they're probably not even about distribution or anything like that. This is the same as like a lot of people that like sell drugs. Like they're not growing the drugs. Sometimes there's like 3 or 4 people that are in the process for that you know that it goes through. But it depends on what the drugs are, right? They pay taxes. Yeah, and they are also paying taxes. And how do you know? Well, I mean, it's common sense, number one, right? So, like, if you have Coke get made somewhere in, like, South America or in some other random country, then it goes to Argentina, then it goes to Mexico, then it goes to one guy in America, then that distributor goes to the individual guy, and then the individual guy sells it to somebody that he knows, and then that person that he knows sells it to you. Like, I mean, this has gone through, like, 7 or 8 different transitions, right? That's the way it works. And that's...
Let me just simplify that. You have a grower, a supplier, and a seller.
why it's so expensive too, by the way. It's because each of these groups of people are trying to get their cut out of it. And so that's it. And it's a business, dude. Yeah, it's just a business, right? At the end of the day, like these people are just, whether they're selling WoW gold, fucking, I don't know, toilet seats, or
I wish I didn't watch this video. I wish I would have bought my exalted orbs and my divine stuff, everything from that site before watching this video. Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad.
or cocaine, there are commonalities with every single one of these, and you have to make it work. Yeah, you should interview a botter. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it depends on who it is. Since the botting business started, well, they would do that with ever. What even is this math? 12K times 15 is 18K and 180K. Well, let me see if I can think about this. So you're talking about, so basically if each one's making $2,000, no, the math was accurate. I don't know why. That just confused me. Same for bot farms. It's profitable because people will buy it. Yeah, exactly, right? And that's why people still like sell drugs, is that like if people are going to buy drugs, well, then there's going to be a market for them. And so you just have to keep, making more drugs and keep selling more drugs. But
All right, guys, I think we got the gist of it. So that's the video, guys. Thank you, chat, for watching. If you guys are watching here on YouTube, we do React content and we play a lot of gameplay on Twitch, Valor TV on Twitch. Right now we're playing a lot of PoE, so make sure you guys roll by and check that out. We were playing hardcore WoW, but I'm not in OnlyFans. If I could get in that guild, I'd honestly be playing it all the time. But I'm not in OnlyFans. I got no guild, so we're not playing WoW as much as we used to. But maybe we'll go back and we're a variety streaming, play a lot of stuff. But PoE has just been I've been obsessed with PoE. So, all right, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're on the YouTube, Twitch chat. We're gonna check out another thing. So appreciate everybody being here. See you guys in the next one.